introduce myself in case anybody doesn't know who I am. And I'm only going to say this once. This is actually my full name that everybody messes up, but I'm going to do this in honor of the other two, Rudolph Carlandis Joneses, and I would be the third. I just want to let you know that I am an ordained minister. 2 summers ago, I went through ordination. It was a long road, and I want to just give honor to those who went through that road with me, because there were other ministers that went through that ordination along with me. There was, I believe, 17 of us who went through ordination. So I spent that whole summer of 2000, and that would have been 18, in ordination. I believe we started it in March when they have the Congress of Education, and we went all the way into July. And it was almost every Saturday from the time summer started until the middle of July. So it was a commitment. But I thank God that we were able to make it through there, and that now I can say I am an ordained minister. I just want to give honor to all honor is due. I want to give honor to Jesus Christ, who is the Lord of my life. The reason that I'm standing here today, and I just thank him because he's been so good. I want to give honor to our pastor and our leader, Pastor Billy P. Russell, who mentored me along the way as I reluctantly went to him and asked him, or told him what God told me that I was to be a part of the ministry. Just like a lot of people, it was something that I ran from. But when you truly are living for God, then you just do what he says, regardless of what that is. I want to give honor to his wife. I have a special connection with her because I shared with her this morning. I tore my ACL, so anybody with knee injuries, we got a special bond. And she got some stuff in her that she didn't have before, and I got some stuff in my knee as well as I didn't have before, some plates and some screws and some things like that. And once you get opened up and they start placing stuff inside of you, you never are the same again. I tell people I got a bionic knee, but I'll tell you what, it was better before. I want to give honor to all the associate ministers that are in the house, my fellow laborers in Christ. We have some wonderful associate ministers here that are actually wonderful men and women of God. I want to give honor to all the deacon and deaconess. I always say, when people say that I'm a deacon, I say, well, I'm not a deacon anymore. They put me out. But I was honored to serve as the deacon here at this church with all the wonderful deacon and deaconess. And I want to give honor, and I'm not going to embarrass, but I see some of my family in the house. I won't ask you to stand up because that's just not me. But I just want to say thank you for coming. And I just want to give honor to the church family of Greater Friendship, Missionary Baptist Church. And then, of course, last but not least, I want to give honor. I want to make her stand up. This is my wife. Because if I didn't mention her, I'd never hear the end of it. So because of that, I'm going to make her stand up because I know she didn't want to do that. But if anybody was wondering, that's my wife. And we've been married for, and forgive me if I get this wrong, but we've been married for 23 years. And whenever I say anything about longevity of anything that I do, or my age or anything like that, I know there's eyes and stuff that roll in this church. Because there's people in this church, when I say I'm 50, they're like, boy, you still young. And when I say, you know, I've been married for 23 years, like, let me know when you get to 40. That's right. So I understand that. I recognize that. But I just want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to share what God has given me today, to share with you today. And I count it a blessing to be able to be up here and be able to give you this message that God has shared to me. Because I tell you what, whenever I have to bring a message, it ministers to me first. Because one thing I can say about me, without doubt, is I'm what you call a procrastinator. Because God gave me this message in January. And then Reverend Dr. Chavez asked me to bring the message. I think he broached that to me in February. Well, God will give me a message and I won't pen it to paper until my feet are put to the fire. But then once my feet are put to the fire, the message will roll back and forth inside my mind until I actually put it down. And then to be honest with you, I never really put it down until like a week ago. So now it took me quite a while to actually put pen to paper. But I think I understand myself well enough to know that the reason sometimes I procrastinate and I wait on putting my message down is because it's never good enough for me. I'll just keep changing it. I'll go through it again. I'll change it again. I'll go through it again. And I've always been like that. Even when I was writing papers for school or college, I could never be satisfied with the finished product. So now what I do is I just don't give myself enough time to keep going over it. And then eventually I just kind of finish. I mean, it's on you if you can't figure out how you are. Because I tell you what, I know how I am. So I just deal with me at my level. Okay. So we're going to go ahead on and get into this thing. I want to start out by saying, I am a living testimony. Each and every day, we are adding to our legacy. This is who we are, what we believe in, and what we stand for. Okay, hang on one second. For some reason, my nose is running. I'm just going to chalk that up to the devil's going to be mad when I finish this message.
All right.
But he ain't going to stop me.
Come on.
Okay, that's better. Everything we do, everything we say, every action we make testifies to who we are. The way we are perceived by others is predicated on the eye test. What they see us doing or not, the way we treat others, the way we respond to how we are treated, can say a lot about who we are. The way we talk to people, but more importantly, our ability to listen. The way we dress, the way we take care of ourselves, our hygiene, our appearance, can say a lot about a person. These are all choices we make that show who we are. When I say living testimony, I mean as we walk through this life, the things we do every day, they tell our story. Sometimes we try to make ourselves to be something we are not. If you just wait a while, our true identity will show itself. In the book of Luke, the 8th chapter, 17th verse, it says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Eventually, the real self will emerge." We are a society of imitators. When we see something we like, we tend to imitate it. That old saying, monkey see, monkey do. When I was growing up, not unlike most, I picked up on things from the environment around me. The people in my life at the time. I observed them and the things they were doing, the way they were acting. Even some of the TV shows that I watched back in the day had some influence on me. I can still remember lines and scenes from movies and shows from 40 years ago. But funny, I can be at my house and I can be on the upper level and go downstairs to get something and get down there and can't remember what I went down there. We are influenced by all sorts of things, from the music we listen to the culture of the time, to the era we grew up in. We tend to take on these things over the years. These traits, they become part of us. In this world we live, we tend to become a product of our environment. We form and conform to the things around us. that have the greatest influence in our lives. Some who grew up in the 60s may have been influenced by the civil rights movement, taking on the traits and characteristics of key figures of that time. Others may have followed the Black Panther Party movement, right? Power to the people. Others may have been influenced by the hippie Woodstock movement. We tend to follow and be influenced by the cultural trends of our time. These things are always changing like the wind. Music has always had a powerful effect on people. Generation after generation have seen the power and influence that music has had over people. In the 70s, some were influenced by disco music. The big afros, the platform shoes, the sequins. Maybe I took somebody back. Well, in the 80s, that was my generation. That was when I was introduced to gangster rap. And also MTV kind of came along. So now the music became visual. Because music videos were becoming popular. Not only were the song lyrics influential, but the artists were seen in these short videos, having even more influence on people. We saw what they were wearing, how they were being portrayed, and we mimicked that as well. These things were influencing my generation, and we chose to imitate what we saw. Because imitation is the best form of flattery. Over the years, cultural trends have constantly changed. We are always looking for something new. The reason that trends don't last is they have no staying power. They're only there for the moment. Because of that fact, if you are following after the things and the fads of this world to satisfy you, the search will never be complete. With anything that is created by this world, it can never satisfy us because you cannot find